what goes to me is like the social media ban. Actually, should we have it or not for 16 and unders? Do you have a strong view on that, or?
I don't think I have a strong view on it. I can understand it. My wife and I, we don't have kids, but talking to my friends that do and have children that are, some of them are early teens, the challenge around when they get a mobile phone, how they've tried to almost put it off as long as possible, knowing that some of the challenges that come with it, but then, you know, their children feel disenfranchised if they're on the bus and they're the only one who doesn't have a phone, you know, all that peer pressure and so on. But then it's almost like the, you know, government making strides towards regulation, isn't it, around social media? I don't know. Even from a work perspective, you know, I don't use social media outside of work. I use LinkedIn for work because it mostly seems like a good vehicle in terms of sharing those key messages and driving engagement and stuff. You can see, you know, even on a family level, you know, I can see the challenges that social media brings and what that's done to people fairly close to the family. You know, whether it's around grooming might be a bit too strong, might not be, and things like that. And you think, it's just a bit of a minefield, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
it's really difficult.
And I think it's very different if you grow up with it compared to, you know, I suspect neither of us grew up with it. You know, I got my first mobile phone when I was probably about 26, 27.
Gosh.
And I had one of those Nokia bricks, which actually my dad still has. And always remarks how no one ever rings him. He sometimes asks how he can pay for his car parking on it. Can't. But he also reminds me that the battery lasts about 3 months. And he goes, I get by just fine on it. And you think, that simpler sort of approach. But then you can also see the benefit, you know, whilst there's an unhealthy side of it, you think, you know, actually keeping people in touch that live on different continents and family members, you think, brilliant. You know, that is a complete game changer, isn't it, over the last sort of 20 years or so. So it's balanced.